Star Wars Skeleton Crew is a new show by Jon Watts and starring Jude Law. Lucasfilm has finally unveiled Jon Watts' secret Star Wars series. Titled Skeleton Crew, the series will star Jude Law in an unspecified role and take place during the New Republic era. Rumors of a Jon Watts-led project in the galaxy far, far away had been circulating for a while, though fans had nothing else to go on besides scattered hearsay. Now, during today's Star Wars Celebration 2022, the Spider-Man No Way Home director took to the stage to reveal that he's indeed working on a Star Wars project. As mentioned above, Skeleton Crew takes place in the New Republic era and follows the story of a group of kids who are lost and trying to find their way home. Lucasfilm is still remaining tight-lipped about this project, though Watts did reveal that Jude Law will be appearing in Skeleton Crew right off his latest rodeo as a young Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts franchise. The actor himself couldn't appear for the panel, so they just showed an ID photo of him looking positively unimpressed and disgruntled. "That's the picture of him when he found out he wasn't allowed to come to the celebration," quips Watts, hinting that the actor's role is a matter of top secrecy. The New Republic era is a period marked by chaos and disorder. With the Empire defeated and its remnants loose to wreak havoc in the galaxy, the Rebel Alliance works with the Senate to bring back a semblance of order until things can be worked out. Of course, what peace they can attain in this short time frame quickly dissolves with the rise of the First Order. Star Wars Skeleton Crew undoubtedly takes place somewhere in the middle, and we can't wait to see what Jon Watts can bring to the galaxy far, far away, along with The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett creators Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, also attached to this project as executive producers. First look at Harrison Ford back in the fedora for Indiana Jones 5 revealed. Indiana Jones 5 is coming in 2023 and hype for the film is higher than ever after an official first look of the Harrison Ford character debuted Thursday. The image, released via the official Indiana Jones Twitter account, sees our legendary hero return in a typical setting, a dimly lit cavern crossing a rickety-looking footbridge. According to Total Film, the reveal was first made at the Star Celebration by none other than Ford himself, saying, "I'm really proud of the film." Ford confirmed the movie is almost completed while also displaying some of his signature deadpan wit too. When John Williams' classic score accompanied his appearance, Ford said, "That music follows me everywhere. It was playing in the operating room when I had my colonoscopy. I passed." Logan director James Mangold will be directing the film after the first 4 installments were helmed by Steven Spielberg, which just might be the change of pace the franchise needs at this point. However, the Jaws director will remain on board as a producer. The film will also star Mads Mikkelsen, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Antonio Banderas, Toby Jones, Thomas Kretschmann, Boyd Holbrook, and Shawnette Renee. In a statement, Mikkelsen said the franchise is one of his favorites and just oozed with that golden period of serials from the 1940s, and that's in the 5th film as well. They're going heavily back to the first and second film and getting that original feel, the original indie, something dense and epic, he said. The first 3 Indiana Jones movies represent almost a perfect trilogy, even if Temple of Doom's blatant xenophobia, white savior tropes, and one-dimensional woman character really do not hold up incredibly well all these years later. However, the imperfect legacy of the films was tainted even further with the 4th installment, the fan and critically maligned 2008 film Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which eschewed the usual themes of magical artifacts in favor of a plot revolving around aliens. Crystal Skull co-star Shia LaBeouf will not be returning to the franchise. Hopefully, Mangold can go back to basics and bring the franchise back to its former glory when Indiana Jones 5 comes to theaters on June 30, 2023. The Mandalorian Season 3 gets February release date, Katee Sackhoff to return. Pedro Pascal's Din Djarin is officially returning to our small screens in the 3rd season of The Mandalorian early next year. Lucasfilm has just announced that the Jon Favreau-led Star Wars show is returning in February 2023. Showrunners Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, The Clone Wars and Rebels, came on stage today during the Star Wars Celebration 2022 to announce that The Mandalorian is coming out a little later than expected. Din Djarin and Baby Yoda will continue their adventure across the galaxy far, far away in February, instead of the speculated late 2022 premiere. The producers also brought out Katee Sackhoff to reveal that her character Bo-Katan Kryze is indeed making a comeback next year. Favreau, Filoni, and Sackhoff will appear on the third day of the Star Wars celebration again for a Mandalorian-focused panel that involves special guests. Lucasfilm also unveiled the first teaser for present fans, which featured Bo-Katan in an antagonistic role for Season 3. It's also being reported that she talks to Grogu at one point during the footage, telling him, "Did you think your father was the only Mandalorian?" Ever since Season 2 ended on a somber note, with Jaren inadvertently winning the Darksaber from Moff Gideon and thus denying Bo-Katan the chance to take the Mandalorian throne, we always knew that the next chapter would culminate in a conflict between Mando and Bo-Katan's rogue faction. Where that conflict takes the two of them is anyone's guess at this point, though Star Wars fans are almost guaranteed to speculate their way through the long wait to February 2023. Is the Willow series a sequel to the 1988 movie? Fantasy fans can officially celebrate because Disney Plus finally released the teaser trailer for its highly anticipated series, Willow. The 1988 movie Willow was akin to Lord of the Rings for many people, long before those movies were ever made. Willow was a Ron Howard film based on the George Lucas story with a James Horner score. Basically, it checked all the boxes. When Disney Plus announced it would bring Willow to the streaming platform in the form of a series, fans everywhere were naturally excited, but some were eager to know whether the show would be a reboot of the 1988 movie or a sequel. The Disney Plus Willow series will indeed be a sequel to the 1988 movie. Warwick Davis will reprise his role as farmer and sorcerer Willow Ufgood, while Ron Howard, who directed the movie, will serve as one of the executive producers. Howard confirmed in an episode of the Happy Sad Confused podcast that the Willow series would be a continuation of the movie and take place 30 years after the events of the original. That means the Willow series is unlikely to be based on the Chronicles of the Shadow War, the book trilogy that was written after the movie. The trilogy was outlined by George Lucas and took place 15 years after the events of the film. Because Howard confirmed the new series would exist 30 years in the future, it seems like the Willow series will show off an entirely new story, which is exciting in its own right. This is evidenced by a host of new characters, including young stars Erin Kellyman, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Tony Revolori, Spider-Man, No Way Home, Amar Chutta Patel, The Third Day, Ellie Bamber, The Serpent, and Dempsey Brick, the Birch. Not only will Willow be older in this new series, but a closer look at the trailer also shows what appears to be an older Sorsha, the daughter of the evil Queen Bavmorda from the movies, who was portrayed by Joanne Whalley. If we are to believe that is indeed Sorsha, it appears that she has taken over the kingdom. Now, in the movie Queen Bavmorda was banished to another realm where she likely died, but her death was never confirmed. Could this sequel see her return? Whether or not Queen Bavmorda returns, Willow will be there to fight for good. At the end of the movie the then novice sorcerer was gifted a book of magic to study, and by the looks of him in the Willow trailer, he's no novice anymore.